Hello there, gang, and welcome to Arctic Alive. And what might Arctic Alive be? Well, let's have a little look, shall we? I've just completed the game, so I have to start a brand new one. Option-wise, yay, not a great amount. So let's go controller options. Not reboundable, I'm afraid, but at least you can see what your actions are. I wonder what that means. Oh, yes, of course. Sorry, I was wandering off there. So let's start our new game. So yes, it's you're trapped in this thing in the. I assume it's an Arctic base, as you'll see why. And it has elements of survival horror, perhaps. So we've got one first annoyance is Q and E is used to bring up your indicators, and you can obviously hide them again. But every time you reload in, you'll have to open them up again. I can't figure out what point in a survival horror game you wouldn't want to see your indicators. And you'll notice there's a lot of them, which leads to one of the biggest problems with this game. So let's see what we've got. Let's start collecting things. So you can grow food and... I mean, there's no real crafting involved in this game. So in many ways it's almost point and click as well. So visually, yeah, it's nothing to write home about, that's for sure, but it is an actual genuine indie game. And here's one of the first issues you'll find with the game. The story. The transmitter is prepared, the artefacts collected, cold artefacts detected in cool or poorly lit areas, hot artefacts detected in warm and well lit places. A working prototype detector, artefacts made according to instructions received from invitation to confirm its origin. And this is actually one of the better ones. To put it away, you'll have to click on it in your inventory, which is brought up with the tab key. Yes, this is definitely not English. Is definitely not the first language. At least this one's fairly straightforward. Pour the ground in a pot, bury the seeds of carrots, water once a day, harvest in 2 days, and blah 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 for the other, the tomato seeds. You can also grow tomatoes. So yeah, it's got very limited survival aspects to it, that's for sure. So let's just down here and plant some seeds. It's all easy enough. You have to stand in whatever you want in front of whatever you're going to interact with, and click on the item you want to use. So we'll get rid of all of these quickly. So yes, it's not visually particularly impressive, but it is a genuine indie game. This is actually built on the Blender game engine. And surprisingly, the performance is pretty good as well. It's not always guaranteed with the Blender game engine. It's not the world's biggest map. Talking of maps, where was the map? Yes, here we go. I mean, this is as old school as you get. Luckily, you can scroll in with your mouse wheel to see what's going on. And again, you have to. So yeah, controls are somewhat cumbersome. Graphics are definitely on the primitive edge. It's fair to say. It's only £1.60 this game. And you've got various medicines that you can pick up. As you can see, the audio is a little bit It's a little bit repetitive in places. Held the first experience of transformation. Subject number 1 has changed. Convert aggressive. Attack the first officer. Second mate has been transformed to hit the sharp object in the occipital region. He became liquid and Rateskia on the floor. This fluid degenerates the health of all who are near. We'll see what all that means very shortly. Let's just drag that to our hotbar. Let's shut down that. Here's some excellent English translations. Medicine. Stabbing syringe with medicine in hand to improve health. Hardening of the body. To improve immunity, helpful hypothermia. Loving it. So yeah, definitely English is not the first language here. Which is a bit awkward for a story-driven game. As all the notes and books you find around here are done in that kind of strange, bizarro world translation. As I say, this is very much a story-driven game. So where are we now? We need to find locked on the back side. Locked again. So yes. I don't even know what that was. Thermometer. So now you see we start getting more indicators up the top there. You'll also say you see a lot of indicators on the right. And then there's one there if you have to use the toilet. You also have to keep yourself clean. There's your food, your drink. I'm not sure what the little red, white and blue thing, or that's more of a red and blue pill-shaped thing. I'm not quite sure what that one is. Happiness. I'm not sure what affects that either. Some shades there if you want them, but we don't. Transformed in a few hours to recover from the liquid state. He recognises us only when we move. You can slowly, without making a noise, move when he is not looking at us. While it turned out, several times brought to a liquid state, and each time it was restored. So yeah, this game is intriguing. As I say, it's an actual genuine indie game, which is a rare treat these days, rather than the awful Unity asset flips. Setting on an Arctic station, so yeah, it's definitely some The Thing going on here, which is a good thing. In my book, if you've seen my other videos on my channel, you know it's one of my all-time favourite movies. And because it's a brilliant classic. So yes, we can wash ourselves. We can have baths when we've got enough water. There's a lot of point and click to this. Yes, we can even go for a wee. There's a lot of different little animations in the game as well. I mean, so I think it's a one-man show. It's a pretty good effort. But it's not really a long game. It'll be quite a lot of busy work. As you've seen, you've probably noticed that the food and that meters are already absolutely diving towards the ground. And there's also temperature, which I think I thought I already had a. Which way was it? Ah, this way. Yes, of course. And you've also got generators to keep fuels. It's an underground map. I won't bother with that one. There's no real need for it. As you'll see soon enough. Yeah, she starts doing that. Ah, there it is. Now here's one of the first annoyances. Oh, hang on. Something needs. Yeah, just fertilizers and things. So let's just get ourselves. Did I? Yeah, picked up the bottles of water. Also see you need to sleep. You know, there's quite a lot you need to do in this game. It's just how you need to do it is the problem. Oh, and you can save at the laptops. Make sure you notice that, because this game requires a lot of saving, as we'll see shortly enough. The first annoyance is to change clothes. You have to actually go to something like a closet that says dressing room, and then you can put on the clothes. You can't just change them normally. You'll also notice even the clothes have a dirt meter and wear out, and you have to... Where was it? Which is the... you'll see a washing machine there. So that's what I mean about it sometimes becoming busy work, because of the amount of running back, trying to wee, going back, drinking, filling the water thing. But here we'll show you the biggest problem with the game. That may make it not particularly enjoyable for a lot of people. And it's definitely one of the things that makes me and I about whether I enjoy this game. Which I do. The AI. Oh dear, oh dear. So if it's looking at you, and if I was to move, it'll pretty much kill me instantly. As long as it don't move, it's fine. So I'll start wandering around, making my way across. You can also get an axe, but sometimes to pick up on it, even if like this, if it notices you moving, it will absolutely zone in on you. Unfortunately, sometimes it will zone in on you. There's another one making up. Doesn't matter, we're through. And you will die a lot in this game. You really will. The amount of times, let's say when you've got an axe later on, you notice they was in a puddle format. Because you can't kill them. They're in a puddle. Didn't actually want to drink that, but I might as well now, yeah. And if you kill one, if you manage to kill one, it just goes back to that puddle. The puddle will also kill you. Instantly. If you get too close to it, it will slowly degrade your health. So, yeah, this is what I mean. This is it's a great attempt. It really is. Let's say, yeah, so you can get an axe and you can whack on one, as long as you catch them from behind. But even then, sometimes they'll just turn around and kill you. Sometimes even you're crawling along, it shouldn't be a figure where you are, they will suddenly just detect you and come and kill you. And saying you will die and die and die multiple times. As you say, if I die now, I have to go back to the save spot. Occasionally you get those little checkpoints within the game. So what I want is over there and over there. But the movement is so random on these things. So there's sort of a stealth element going on and a sort of combat one. See what I mean about trying to just keep... No, didn't detect. Oh, come on, they did. Oh. So I mean, because I moved a pixel. I moved a pixel's worth to try and get that coat I needed. Right, I'm going to tip and run, mate. I'm gonna kite the... Right, I'm going to go back down here. So I mean, I've got to go all the way back down here. Right, it's close. Go all the way back down there to get to that cupboard to put this jacket on. Well, you see what I mean? Because it's now I've died, it's turned all my indicators off. Oh, he's not looking at me. I should have moved in. Just go. That's it. And save scum it. Absolutely save scum it with this game. Because later on when you try to move around it, that basement, the other half where those other two are, oh my god, the frustration at times is so raging. That's what I mean. This is not actually a big game. with the amount of locations and what's in here. As I said, I just completed it earlier on for the first time. It is just the amount of times you will die and have to retread the ground. So let's put on our jacket. Because just to add to the fun, there's electricity at the moment, but there's obviously a... Whereabouts is he? He's just there. Which way will he look? Oh, come on. Move. I had the sprint button down. Why did we stop? Because we were jammed in the wall. The fun and frolics of third person. So yeah, I think we'll conclude our dealings about here. You've kind of seen everything the game's got to offer. It's got limited survival. So, I mean, it's just so frustrating every time having to constantly turn these tabs back on. It would have been easier to have them on and then let me turn them off if I wanted them off. But there is a lot of busy work involved, and the AI and the amount of dying can be absolutely rage-inducing at times. And as you see, look how fast that food meter's dived down, and the drink meter. So you have to run back, keep growing your carrots. There's other food sources you can find and collect as well. I say it's not actually really that big a game, or even that long a game, but except for the amount of times you will die, like there, or have to keep running and sprinting back and getting into cover, because they will track you down until you get into once they've picked you up, they will track you down until you get into a room. They can't follow you through doors. So it's a hard one to call, this one. It is only £1.60. It's a genuine indie developed game, but it could have definitely done with a little bit longer in development, perhaps smoothing it out and a little bit more balancing issues, especially with regards to AI, because I am not joking, especially when you get outside the base. I won't give any more spoilers than that, but oh dear. Yeah, you have to have a very high tolerance for this game and dying a lot. Especially to see there, because I was at a slight angle to the wall, it sort of jammed me in. It's the third person, and that's me stuck. And also, I suppose, the ending. I won't tell you what it is, but when you finally get there, it's interesting. I'll give them credit there. It's a novel twist. And it makes you think, what the hell did I just go for all this for? So yes, I'm torn on this one. I do like it in a strange, bizarre way. I played it through at the end, despite all the raging frustrations at times it can bring out on you, just because of the wacky AI issues. And say it's not the most stunning looking game, but there's a good few little mini animations in there. Little few mini games. I wouldn't call them mini games, but they've tried to do a lot for what it is. I say I've got a funny feeling the developer's Russian, because the English in it is awful, as you've already seen. It actually gets worse. So yes, this was Arctic Alive, but it is only £1.60. It's, if you're a sucker for punishment like I am, or you like supporting genuine indie devs that aren't doing awful Unity flips, then I'd say give this one a go. I'd say it's got sort of elements of point and click, elements of survival horror. For £1.60, I've had my money's worth for it for sure. So anyway, gang, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this video useful or interesting in some way. As ever, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to Let Me Know Your Life, and I shall see you all next time. Bye now.